Hey guys, Tony here, the Riddle NFL action of Week 1, the fumble by Jack Doyle, the Riddle for Super Bowl 53, and what that result symbolized between Andy Dalton and Andrew Luck for one of the finest games of the day. 34-23. Let's start out with 34 here. The Bengals scored 34 points to open up the game. The Super Bowl is going to be played on the 34th day of the year, 31 days in January. The game is going to be played on the 3rd day of February. That's going to be very significant. In Gematria, it is worth noting that it is Indiana that equals 34. This is why the Colts are going to be in it. And simply, this is why the Cincinnati Bengals scored 34 points at Indiana. Notice how February the 3rd can be written out as 2-3. A lot like 23. Well, that is not coincidence either. It was a scripted fumble when I look at this box score. 34 having to do with the Super Bowl. And the Indianapolis Colts scoring 23 points has to do with the day of the Super Bowl, 2-3. There's a riddle for the Super Bowl that is coming up because it is Fumble that equals 23. It is Atlanta, Georgia that equals 23. When I think about this year, I think we're going to see a lot of big fumbles for this year. You look at the Saints-Buccaneers game, fumbles help change the course of that game. And I'm sure we're going to see many others throughout the course of the year. The guy who fumbled the ball, right? Andrew Luck and the Colts were driving down to victory until bad luck happened. Number 84, Jack Doyle fumbled the football away. The Bengals won the game in the scripted pick six for the 34th points of the game. The narrative is, bad luck with Andrew Luck's injury. Andrew Luck returns, all well is good until you give the game away on the fumble. So is bad luck still surrounding the Indianapolis Colts? The narrative has to do with luck, right? Bad luck. You either believe in luck or you don't. Do you believe in luck? I think it's no coincidence that equals the Gematria value of 84 because Jack Doyle wears number 84. I find it worth noting that Jack Doyle's birthday is on 5-5, May the 5th. Because if you look at his birthday, the site of the last Super Bowl is Minneapolis. Minneapolis equals 55 in Gematria, and it is 127 days from his birthday to the day that he fumbled that football away. It is Georgia that equals 44. 4 months and 4 days from his birthday to the season. He was meant to fumble that ball away. No doubt about it. He had 12 touchdowns entering this game. Andrew Luck, number 12. He would have been an option in the end zone. Colts like to use the tight end in that offense. I'll explain this number very, very later on in the NFL season and what that has to do with really what this season is all about. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. 181, I'll reveal later on. As I've said, Mike Pence, devout Christian. Super Bowl was last played at Minneapolis. It is Jesuits that rig the games. There are always special narratives like this one, for instance, in what happened with the Colts this weekend. And that's really what happened with Philadelphia last year in Carson Wentz's injury. Is you believed in the Eagles or you didn't believe in the Eagles? 34-23, that's a total of 57 points having to do with the Super Bowl. 57, Super Bowl equals 131. Luck equals 11 in Gematria. The Bengals won the game by 11 points. This win is going to have a significance for the Super Bowl because it is the Bengals, after all, that I think are going to start 2-0. So I think the Colts' losses are going to be significant for their opponents because I think this is going to be a big year for Indianapolis. When the Colts beat the Redskins, when the Jaguars lose to the Patriots, right, that's a tied division. So when you lose in week 1, it doesn't mean you don't miss the playoffs or whatever, in case you're new to the game, in case we have some casual people here. But there is something going on here. Delay equals 47. When you look at the point total for the other games, the other rigged action in the NFL this weekend, 27-20. That's 47 points. They had to delay that game. The game ended 27-20. It looked like a defensive slugfest. And suddenly this is how it ends. Very funny. Luck equals 47 in gematria. 47 points for the Packers and the Bears. Was it very lucky that Aaron Rodgers was able to play, or what now? Was it bad luck that they were down 20-0? The same story all over again, bad luck surrounding the injury, and then Aaron Rodgers returns and leads them to victory. He couldn't do that against Carolina last year. So the Packers indeed got some good luck, and it'll be some great luck if Aaron Rodgers is able to survive the Purple People Eaters next week at Lambeau, which I think he will do. Big number, right? 47 degrees in a Freemasonic compass. Judge authority equals 47. Freemasons believe in the pursuit of knowledge, and they worship authority and government and higher institutions. But the most common number I noticed in the scores was 27. New England, Miami 27, Denver 27. That was the most common number that I observed. So what did this 47 really have to do here? This 27. Well, this is the year of the comeback of Super Bowl 53. Andrew Luck, Ryan Tannehill, David Johnson, Aaron Rodgers. These are the guys I think are going to make the playoffs this year. Comeback equals 53 in the year of Super Bowl 53. 52 prior Super Bowls, the 34th day of the year. It is Indiana that equals 34. Comebacks with an S equals 27. So we had the year of injuries last year. After 97 prior years in the 98th season, it is injury that equals 97. Well, I think we're going to see a lot more comebacks in this year's NFL season. And don't forget Sam Bradford, too, in the year of the comeback narrative here. This is why these guys are going to make the playoffs. And I should do a commentary video on that and what to expect and why we see all these kind of weird things happen in the NFL. So let's see the final pass attempt for Aaron Rodgers. A complete joke. No one wanted to tackle him. 30th passing attempt. You see, this was Aaron Rodgers' 20th completion, and they were down 20-0 to the Bears. This had the making of a rigged and scripted game here. Right? The Freemasonic compass here, 47 degrees. They shown Kaiser 4 for 7. This is how they rigged the NFL, people. I see these weird things happen, like the Patriots are blowing out the Texans, and they come back and they cover the spread or whatever. I mean, it's just so scripted. I mean, enjoy the game for what it is, people, which is entertainment at the end of the day. I enjoy the entertainment. I know it's scripted, okay? 72 penalty yards for Green Bay, right? Comebacks equals 72. Rodgers comebacks. What's going on here? I have no idea. You know what? Let's go back to the Colts game, and let's see who returned the ball into the end zone. Number 42. Funny enough, Freemason equals 42. Cincinnati and Freemason both have the same Pythagorean gematria of 96. This is simple gematria. 83-yard fumble return. It is football. That equals 83. 24 seconds to go. The last Super Bowl was played on 2-4 February the 4th. Clayton Fajanjim, whatever his name is. Let's see who he is. Okay, so the last time a team was 0-1 and won the Super Bowl was the 2011 Giants. What's interesting about that was that was the year that Peyton Manning missed the season. Keep in mind that Andrew Luck is coming off missing a full season. This is what is the significance of the last team to win the Super Bowl after losing their first game, and the Indianapolis Colts losing their first game of the season. Pretty interesting. The Super Bowl that same season was hosted at Indianapolis. The last team to win the Super Bowl after starting 0-1 won the Super Bowl at Indiana. Peyton Manning missed that full year. Andrew Luck is coming off the full season of not playing a game with the Indianapolis Colts. Many analysts predicted a rough year for the Giants. I think many predicted a rough year for the Indianapolis Colts this year. There's a lot of time left. They're going to beat the Eagles coming up. They're totally going to beat the Eagles coming up. Now, the last team to play in the wild card round and to win the Super Bowl, they don't have to be a wild card team, but they can be a home team in the wild card round, one of the later division winners. The last team to win the Super Bowl after playing the wild card round, coincidentally, the Ravens played the Colts in that round. So that's why before the year I had the Colts in the wild card round. And you see here, the Colts used to play in Baltimore. So the Ravens were the new franchise after a certain time of not having a team in Baltimore because the Colts decided to move to Indianapolis. That was the last time a team won the Super Bowl, playing 4 games, a full schedule of 21 games without that bye. It was the Ravens that won that Super Bowl. It was the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. It is luck that equals 47. It featured a brother's Super Bowl that has to do with a particular Super Bowl that we'll see. But this is the riddle. This is the riddle. The Ravens dedicated their season to former owner and founder Art Modell, who died on September the 6th. The season began on September the 6th. Art Modell died in a year that Andrew Luck was drafted. 151 days from September the 6th to February the 3rd. It is Andrew Austin Luck that equals 151, or the Colts versus the Packers. I have that video in the start of the NFL season. I'll link it on here. So the guy that I was wanting to look up here, the guy who recovered the fumble. Okay, Clayton, whatever this guy's name is. Free safety, 3rd year. He's some 7th rounder. That was his 33rd game. A lot like Mason Reed going 30 feet. Or Atlanta, Georgia. 77 tackles. He was a big tackler. 10 tackles that game. So let's see what his name reveals. The guy who recovered the fumble. We need a C. Clayton Fajanjim. Or we need an L. It is Clayton Fajanjim in gematria that equals 155. Notice how Andrew equals 65. He fumbled. He made Andrew Luck fumble. So this was a rigged, this was a scripted play, no doubt about it. His last name, Fajanjim. Fajanjim. Andrew, and his full name in gematria equals 65. And the Colts played 65 full seasons before this year. Fajanjim and Minnesota both equal 38 in gematria. the site of last year's Super Bowl and his first name. Clayton equals 90 and 27. Comebacks equals 27. This was a close comeback. This is going to be a big year for quarterbacks, no doubt about it. With all these guys' returns and what's going to come for this NFL season. His birthday's June the 2nd, 6-2, and, you know, okay, that was without the L. That was without the L. How about the fumblers, you know, fumble to the day of the game? The guy who recovered the ball for the touchdown. 99 days from his birthday to 9-9. This was the making of a rigged play. Now, how about the guy who forced the fumble? We have the fumble recoverer. Now, who forced the fumble? Or if this was the guy that forced the fumble. Okay, he forced the fumble. This was the guy that forced the fumble. This guy was going to make that play. Now, who recovered it? He punched it and he returned it. Funny how that's the case. Let's see his birthday numerology for this year. Or as a matter of fact, what is his birthday to the day of the Super Bowl? See what it reveals. If it reveals anything in particular for the Indianapolis Colts in the first game of the season. 35 weeks. This is the Colts' 35th season in Indianapolis. Just something to observe. And for this Super Bowl, that's all I'm saying. And this is the Colts 66 season, and it is titled that equals 66. And if they were to play in the wild card round, it'll take 21 weeks to do. So this was your rigged action for week 1. And I'm sure more weird occurrences were yet to see.